strength coach, so we worked very hard and we did special things, you know. It's not the normal weight training, you know. Yeah, just simple training.
It is not that simple of just using a lot of shit. What's up guys, Freddie here from WolfingPhysique.com, and today we're going to talk about Badr. And I don't know if most of you know Badr because I think all of you guys are from different parts of the world and not just the Netherlands, but in the Netherlands Muay Thai is something everyone loves. Everyone loves Muay Thai.
No, you complete me.
Yeah, for real, but I did Muay Thai myself for like 5 years, 6 years, and did it for a very long time. And I gotta say, I think my technique is quite good. But I don't think I'm just as good as Badr. I just know so. I would love to spar with him one time, you know? It sounds fun. But for real guys, I got some questions about... And these are questions in the Netherlands, alright? Is Badr natural? Is his physique attainable natural? Well, he was in the ring like 2 days ago, from this moment when I'm filming this, and it didn't go so well for him, alright?
One more knockdown and this fight is over.
Guy has a really good physique. It seems like he can't really take punches and kicks anymore compared to when he was younger. So yeah, today we're going to go over this transformation because he didn't always look this jacked, you know. So is it attainable natural? And I'm gonna teach you a lot in this video, alright? Alright, so he is an ambassador of MB Nutrition in the Netherlands. As you can see, he looks freaking jacked. You would say this guy is like a complete bodybuilder, you know? He really looks like a bodybuilder. So it looks very good, looks very athletic. He's very lean. I would say around maybe 10%, 9% body fat over here. Of course, I don't see his legs, so I don't really know. You know, some people truly think that you can just look at someone's belly and only make assumption of a body fat that way. It doesn't work like that, alright? You need to look at the whole picture. I mean, like, from ass to abs to legs. Come on, guys. So for someone who does a lot of kickbox training and technique training, cardio and shit, he looks like very jacked for someone who does cardio. You would say that maybe it's because of the genetics. Well, I don't really think so, because he made a transformation in his career, like in 1 year, a massive transformation. And that is the time when he was fighting Alistair Overeem for the second time, alright? I would say Badr is like, he's like very tall, alright? So he's like around, I think 2 meters, around 2 meters, something like that. 197 centimeters, if I'm right. So Alistair Overeem is, he's certainly not Natty because he was busted as well. But you can see that Badr is much skinnier than he is. And they are the same weight, but I think Badr, what he lacked in this fight was a lot of strength and power. You can see that Alistair is like overpowering, and mostly because, not mostly because of the technique, but mostly because of his strength in his punches. So yeah, it looks like, and you could see Badr, he looks very natural here. I would not say he's like, his physique looked special, but this is the fight where he was knocked out. In the first fight, he was 222 pounds. Alright, and he's not shredded at the least, and you could see he does really have a lot of muscle mass. I would even say that he's around maybe 18% body fat here. And that's completely healthy, alright? Don't get me wrong, 18% is perfect. And in the second fight, where he won and knocked Alistair out 1 year later, you could see his physique, alright? 221 pounds in 1 year, boom! Change like that after losing that fight because he lacked strength and power. Alright, so right now he had a lot of power in his punches as well. And next to that, alright, the physique is awesome, alright? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's like using tremboloni sandwiches and using everything he can get his hands on. You have to be really smart which compounds and PDs you put in your stack, alright? It is not that simple of just using a lot of shit and getting strong as fuck. No, it just doesn't really work that way. You really need to know which compounds you need to use and which one go out of your system faster than others. Alright, I don't know about how the testing was during the K1, but I can tell you, in the case of fighters who have to endure like a lot of cardio and heavy training, a logical stack would at least start with testosterone as a base. And this can possibly be supplemented with other PDs like equipoise, masteron, primbolin or anavar. You know, things like that, alright? Not like things like tremboloni sandwich where you blow up and build on a muscle. You need muscle and power, but you also need to be fast and your cardio needs to be very good. And this is something I found as well. Badr was also busted with Hesty-Garrigus. They found some PDs in their urine. In Hesty-Garrigus, it was Clomid, clomiphene, alright? And I'm going to talk about Clomid. But with Badr, it wasn't really that clear what was found. But this is something I found on the internet. So I would just presume he used Clomid for this, which it would make a lot of sense. And I would just want to explain what Clomid does and what it really is. So Clomid is a compound that stimulates the hypothalamus in the brain, which in turn stimulates the pituitary gland to release gonadotropin releasing hormone. And this hormone then causes the release of luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, also called LH and FSH. And FSH stimulates the testicles to make more testosterone. And LH, luteinizing hormone, stimulates them to release more testosterone. And this is also called the high PTA, alright? I'm Dutch, guys, high PTA, something like that. But what really matters, however, is how step 1, for example, stimulating the hypothalamus proceeds. So this has everything to do with estrogen. And estrogen is a female hormone, alright? This elevates when you use PEDs as well. Definitely if you use testosterone. So just look at it like this. The luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, these are just hormones that tell your body like, hey bro, we need some testosterone here. Make some testosterone, make this much of it. But if you use testosterone from another source, you're using a needle and you're putting it in your ass. Testosterone from an outside source, yeah, that means your LH and FSH will tell your body, hey bro, we have enough testosterone, we don't need to make more. And that's why your balls also get smaller. So yeah, this is one of the reasons. So I think you understand what LH and FSH does. But Clomid has a lot to do with estrogen, alright? So let's just say when you stop with using PEDs and androgenic hormones, your body's hormones are very low. Your own production has stopped and nothing more comes in from the outside, right? Because you have to stop. So the body will compensate for this by producing things like extra estrogen. But because of estrogen, it takes longer for your body to produce testosterone. So Clomid works anti-estrogenic, which reduces the activity and not the amount of estrogen in the body, alright? And as a result of that, your body determines that there are too few hormones and start to make testosterone and estrogen, which is reduced in effectiveness by Clomid, alright? So for this reason, it makes no sense to use Clomid as a testosterone booster, which a lot of people do, alright? Your testosterone is already high because of the PDs you use, alright? Which means that the production of your own testosterone remains switched off. Unless you use HCG, but this is a story for another day. So Clomid works anti-estrogenic. So because it binds as synthetic estrogen to the estrogen receptors in the cells. So, and this is because estrogen in the blood can no longer bind to these receptors. So the amount of estrogen does not decrease, but the effectiveness does. So this can reduce aromatase side effects such as man boobs, gynecomastia, you ever heard of that shit? Water retention. It's also a side effect of estrogen as well, although this effect is not too strong. But to counteract these kinds of side effects, Clomid should not really be the first choice, but it does really help. And I think this is mostly because why it's found in his urine, alright? It's because he's on Natty and he needs to cycle off before the fight, alright? So yeah, that's what Clomid does, and that's why Badr is not really natural. And I think most of us knew this already, but just wanted to explain some things about Clomid and about the hormones and shit. So I hope you enjoyed that at least. So I mean, like, if you like kind of videos, kind of a different style than I normally do, but I hope you liked it. I hope you did. But it doesn't take away from Badr's hard work, alright? He really has a good physique. And even if you use PDs, your training needs to be in check. You need to eat right, alright? It's not as easy as using PDs and getting jacked. It's not that easy, alright? And I'm just a natty guy who doesn't know shit, and skinny natty guy who doesn't know shit. So don't take anything I say as medical advice or whatever, what the fuck I say. But this is something, I just wanted to discuss, and I hope you liked it at least. So I think this is a long one, but it doesn't matter. It was kind of hard for me to make this video because making videos about these topics, your brain needs to work hard. So at least leave a like for me, alright? And subscribe, man. Fuck! Subscribe, what the fuck are you doing? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at WolfingPhysique for coaching. Description down below. And see you next time. Much love.